Namaste. Hi everyone, it's Lauren Hanna, Director of Sonic Yoga, creator of Sacred Fertility Yoga, and I'm back with you guys for our Wednesday Facebook Live. And I'm really excited about our topic today because today we are going to talk about how we can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. And I'm going to start by just giving you guys some tips, some ideas, things that I use to turn my days into extraordinary days. And then we'll go into a meditation on how to connect to the extraordinary aspects of ourself, right? The self that is more than ordinary. And sometimes we forget to recognize that. So it's important to check in on that, to check in with ourselves. So some of the things that I do every day, or not every day, but on certain days when I need to kind of boost my experience, is number one is blessing your space. So we all live somewhere, right, in a space, and sometimes that space can start to get mundane, either because we're just used to being there so much, or maybe we're working so hard, or we're bringing all the stress of our day, of our life into that space. And so the energy in the space starts to get kind of, just heavy and not really activated. It sort of just becomes at like a low vibration. Maybe we were arguing in the space with one of our family members, or there's just some tension that's going on. So blessing your space is really simple. You can do a Palo Santo or a sage ceremony where you kind of light the sage, light the incense, light the Palo Santo, and you can just set an intention to clear out the negative energy and to create more of a high vibration in that space. Whatever intention you want to put into it, and you can, inspire that into the space around you. You don't have to use the Palo Santo or the sage. You can just walk around your space and honor it and send out positive vibrations. You can channel it. You can also awaken the energy in your space by playing mantra. Playing mantra is a pretty powerful tool to awaken the vibration in your day, right? Music, any kind of music, it doesn't have to be mantra, although mantras tend to be very potent ways of shifting energy. But for some of you, right, we just forget sometimes. We have that humdrum of the news on in the background, or we just have silence, which also can be beautiful. But sometimes when we tap into some either inspirational music or mantra specifically, it can shift the vibration energetically in the space. And you can also play it on a really low level. You don't have to have it blasting. You can put it on a low level, and it will even, you can even put it on while you sleep or when you go out. And that's actually a good experiment. Put a mantra on. It could be any mantra, but something that's healing. I can give you guys some suggestions. Just a simple Om on a loop, or an Om Shanti, a peace mantra, or the Rama Dasa mantra. There's so many of them, but just put it on a low, and you can go out for your day or for your errands or whatever, and then when you come back, just when you walk into the space, just notice if the vibration has shifted. And that alone can turn your experience of your home from ordinary to extraordinary, right? And that's where we're at. So connecting to your inner child, that's the other thing I want to talk to you guys about. I know we kind of, we get older, we get jaded, we move through our life, we are very privileged, right? I know I am, to be living the life that I live, and we take things for granted. It's hard not to, because we have so many privileges and so many gifts. So I think being curious is really important, and bringing yourself back to a beginner's mind, not taking things for granted, staying open to receive new information, to learn new things, I think is really, really important. Even though it might be challenging, I'm learning a few new things right now. Hi, Arthur. If you can hear me, Arthur, just write something in the chat so I just make sure, because sometimes I get nervous that my microphones aren't working and I'm talking and no one can hear me. So yes, learning new things, right? It can be frustrating. Sometimes it can be hard. Hi, Arthur. Oh, good. You can hear me. Sometimes it can be challenging. So we kind of just don't, as we get older, we kind of stop learning. And right now I'm learning to play the piano and how to play the djembe, the African drum, and they both have been extremely frustrating, but also there are the moments when I get it where it makes my life extraordinary and amazing, where I'm so empowered by that learning of something new, right? So very important to stay in that childlike mindset of curiosity, and then just really finding the extraordinary in the ordinary as you move through your day, right? Taking a moment to look at what's special, what's unique or extraordinary in your everyday life. What are the things that you have created, right? We've all put so much energy into creating these amazing lives, these amazing homes. And sometimes we work so hard to have this experience, and then we forget to acknowledge it and to appreciate it. So that's another thing, is practicing appreciation, right? As you move through your day, looking at the gifts, the things that you have made possible through your hard work and your effort. And even though you might have, stress in your life, even though you might be really freaking out about the elections or your financial status, or you might have lost your job, or you're worrying about COVID and all the different stresses that we're going through right now. That stuff, right, we can't really change. Like, some of it is beyond our control. But what we can change is our own everyday experience of our life, right? So I like to I listen to that news, but then I kind of elevate myself above it so that it's not creating the lens that I see my whole life through. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of remove that filter and then take the opportunity to say, okay, even though I just read this in the news and I feel like I'm going to throw up, right? Even though I still can look at that. Now I'm looking at my garden, at that beautiful vegetable garden that I broke my back digging those plants and planting those seeds and weeding that garden all summer, and I can look at it now and I can see it, even though it's starting to turn brown, and really feel good about the bounty that I created, right? Even in the midst of all the craziness and the negativity and the stress that's going on in my life, right? Of course, we all know about the morning gratitude practice. I mean, if you're not practicing gratitude right now, you got to start. That's baseline survival technique right now. So either every morning you wake up or every night before you go to bed, and in your mind, you list the things that you are grateful for. And it's a very simple practice, and it is powerfully illuminating and shifting. It can change your mood on a dime. So take some time to do that every day and visualize, right? This is really about finding the extraordinary that already exists in you, connecting to that space in your center, and then projecting it out there, right? We all can have an extraordinary life. It's within our power. It's just taking the initiative to shift our perspective and to get out of the loops that sometimes we find ourselves in, right? So take a moment, sit down, bless your space, connect to the inner curiosity, feel the beginner's mind, be grateful, appreciate what you have created, what you've worked so hard for. Breathe into it, gaze at it. Work with your 5 senses. So the 5 senses have been given to us as an amazing, amazing gift. Right? I am I'm all about the 5 senses. They were given to us for survival, right? So we can survive, so that we can eat and that we can perceive danger and protect ourselves and stay alive. But the senses are also what we use to enjoy life, right? And many of us, we engage in lots of experiences to fill the senses. But then I think what happens is, because we are so privileged and blessed in this modern Western world that we live in, sometimes we forget to really savor what we're experiencing. right? We kind of guzzle that glass of wine, we shove in that bowl of ice cream, we like go to the beach and like run around and like do everything, and we don't really take a minute to just sit and gaze at the beauty of the ocean. We don't take the time to really listen sometimes, right? If we get the opportunity to hear some amazing live music, which is one of the things I really have been missing a lot this summer. I have to say it's on the top, one of the top 3 things that I miss about this whole COVID shutdown is hearing live music. I have been blessed to been at a few events where I've been able to experience that, but really listening, right, and taking it in and feeling it in your bones and breathing into it and acknowledging it and thinking, wow, I'm so lucky to be hearing these sounds right now. Like, how beautiful are they? Like, it's kind of mind-blowing. And it's so easy to take these things for granted because we have so much, right? Even though we're suffering in this pandemic, some of us are suffering financially, some of us are really being blown away by what's happening politically, climate change, all of these things. Even in the midst of all of that, we still have so much to be grateful for. We still have so much of the extraordinary in our life. Just being born in the human form is pretty darn extraordinary. You could become an animal like my little dog Shakti, who's always coming. Shakti, you want to do your cameo? She likes to do her cameo in the Facebook Live. So work with your senses, right? For me, I heal in nature. That's my thing, right? Looking through your eyes, appreciating the light, the different changes of the light as you move through the day, the morning light versus the midday brightness versus the beautiful color of the sunset, right? The nature around you. Even if you live in a city, do you have plants in your home? Do you surround yourself with beauty? Just take a look around your space right now. You should be seeing lots of beautiful things, right? There should be artwork, there should be beautiful music, there should be beautiful plants, there should be fabrics and colors and textures, and I'm sure you all have these things. And sometimes we just feel like, oh, yeah, I have all these beautiful things, but whatever, I need something new, or I just want to, this pandemic to be over. No. How about just going, oh, wow, this is pretty darn amazing. Music can really raise your vibration. So if you're not listening to enough music right now, I do encourage you to find some music that inspires you and to play it, even if it's at a very low level, just to shift. Also, the scent of smell, right? I am now a certified aromatherapist. It can change your life, just having a few basic essential oils. The olfactory system, it changes the brain chemistry. It can really not only work to heal you, I mean, there's a science, a plant science related to aromatherapy, but I'm just talking about the pleasure factor of inhaling scents that are going to affect the olfactory system and literally shift and change your mood, right? So just a few basic oils. You need a lavender to relax with. I would say to brighten your energy or to awaken your energy, one of my favorites is grapefruit. It is so amazing, that brightness of the grapefruit when you need a little boost. And then something to ground you. So either like a patchouli or a vetiver. So when your energy is too high, your patchouli, your vetiver. When you want to relax, your lavender. And then when you want to awaken, either your grapefruit or like a peppermint, right? Get those basic oils. I'm telling you, it will change your life. But you have to use them, right? And appreciate them. And savor them and connect to them and feel the effect. It's almost like imagining like you're an alien and you like come to this earth plane for the first time and you're like, oh, wow, look at that. Look at this grass. Isn't this is amazing? Look how soft and how beautiful this green color is. And it makes like a carpet and I can lay in it. And right, like that. I know I sound a little crazy, but this is how you turn just this lawn that I walk on every day into something like, wow, it's pretty extraordinary to have this gift under my feet right now. It feels so soft when I step on it, right? And then, of course, taste, right? A lot of us, we get into our taste. We love food. But do you really savor those tastes, those flavors. When you eat that food, do you take a moment to think and to feel and to connect with all the little nuances of the flavors? Or are you just getting hungry and you're just like, yum, yum, loving this and shoving it down, right? Then we lose the experience. Then that amazing food is no longer extraordinary. It's just some ordinary thing that you're shoving in your mouth, right? So make a ritual when you eat your favorite yummy, luscious foods and fruits, and create a beautiful vessel to eat it in. Get yourself a nice napkin. Sit down. Maybe set the table, right? Put on some nice music. Don't gulp it down in front of your computer, right? Savor. Enjoy. And that is when those tastes become amazing and not just like, right? Just like something that you're shoving in because you know you like it, right? So that's my speech about turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. And I hope you guys take some of those tips and enjoy and have a beautiful, extraordinary day. But first we're going to do a meditation, right? I always like to do a little meditation on my Facebook Live. So let's come to a comfortable seat. And in this meditation, we're going to see if we can feel into our own inner dance, right? That balance between being centered inside of ourselves and expressing our extraordinary power, our ability to expand, right, into the field outside of ourselves. But first we're going to get down into the center. So let's close our eyes and come to a comfortable seat. And bring your awareness to your breath. And I'd like us to start by working with the 3-part breath. Super simple. It's called the Dirga breath, or the 3-part. It'll slow down the heart rate. It will tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, and it will lower the cortisol, the stress hormones. So finding the 3 parts of the breath, the lower, the middle, and the upper lung. And you can visualize the lungs as a vessel, as a beautiful ornate vessel, or as the anatomical lung. And then as you breathe in, I want you to drink in that amazing healing elixir of prana, life force energy, or breath. And as you drink it in, allow your body to open to receive that gift. So the lower belly opens, the middle rib cage, diaphragm area, and then the upper chest and clavicle. And then just let the exhale be free. So it's 3 parts on the inhale, and then 1 long, slow, deep exhale. You don't want to feel any strain. So if it feels like you're forcing, then back off a little bit. It should feel very comforting and nourishing. If you'd like, you can open your mouth and exhale out with a sigh. If you're feeling any tension in your system, any stagnation. Exhale a few times through your mouth. And then each time you exhale, I want you to focus on letting go. What we're going to let go of first is the layer of our physical form. So we're going to move from the most gross part of ourself, from the outer field, towards the inner light. So as you exhale, just visualize melting your body away, letting it dissolve into particles of energy that just move out into the space around you. See if you can melt your lower body, your arms, your torso. Allow your head, all your senses to slowly dissolve into radiant particles of light. Notice what the next layer is as you release the physical form. And you might find yourself connecting with your energy body or your breath body, feeling yourself as just this breathing entity, this entity that is filling itself with life force, that is clearing itself as it releases breath. And then as you start to soften the breath, bring your awareness to the mind stuff, to the thoughts that are swirling around in your mind. And as you exhale, I want you to start dissolving your thoughts. You can imagine them floating down a stream, dispersing into millions of particles. You can imagine them floating up into the heavens, into the sky above you. And then as you continue to work with that slow, deep exhale, I'd like you to even start to melt through that higher mind, that discerning mind, that elevated aspect of your mind, the higher intelligence or your spiritual wisdom. And even let that go. And as you exhale, see if you can find yourself sitting somewhere inside your soul. That inner essence, the seed of who you are. And it may be, you might find it in a different place. Some of us might find it in the heart chakra. Some of us might find it in the energy of the solar plexus. Or some of us might just feel ourselves merging with all that is around us. And just sitting in that space where you are unlimited and your potential is limitless. And knowing that the life that you desire awaits you. Whatever that is, health, happiness, success, impact, you name it. Knowing that anything is possible for you, that you just have to believe it. Trusting that if you can imagine it, that you can create it. You're that powerful. So keep breathing into that extraordinary part of yourself. However it's presenting itself. Even though many of us have been on this spiritual path for a long time, sometimes we continue to just see ourselves as ordinary. We forget the extraordinary, powerful, divine beings that we are. Continue that slow, deep exhale. See if you can stretch out of your comfort zone. Amplify your soul consciousness. and see something extraordinary in yourself. Continue those slow, deep breaths. Settle into a space of relaxation. Start to sense the divinity, the light, the spirit that you are. And see that vision of the extraordinary you. And I'd like you to come up with some words to describe that vision. Luminous, light, peace, love, deeply loving, blissful. Pick a few words to describe that extraordinary you. And see yourself. You can work with the I am mantra. As you breathe in, you can say, I am extraordinary. Or you can say, I am one of those words, luminous, light, deeply loving, radiant, whatever word is coming up for you. I am infinite potential, right? And so we'll stay for 3 minutes in silence. I want you to work with the 3 parts of the breath and the I am mantra. If you get distracted, just gently steer yourself back. I am. Filling in the word that describes the extraordinary you. If you lose your focus, come back to your breath. Notice if there's any tension anywhere in your body. Try to relax the jaw, the face, the hands. And begin to receive those words, right? Take them in. Breathe them in deeply. We are all extraordinary beings, just by virtue of being alive. So take a full breath in through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. Couple more breaths, breathe in through your nose. And one more time, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. So just coming back into your body, you can rub your palms together. Some of you that dispersed out into the ether, you can rub your palms. I like to sometimes just put my palms on the crown of my head just to ground myself. Breathe in, exhale through your mouth. You can cup your eyes. You can place your hands on your shoulders and then just massage your body, massage the legs, kind of press down at the crease between where the thighs and the hips meet, just sinking and anchoring your body. Maybe give yourself a little foot massage, coming back into a little, hit a few of those points, reflexology points on your feet. If you're still not grounded, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth a few more times. When you get off the call, if you have any patchouli or vetiver, you can use those. Any woodsy, Palo Santo, cedar, any of those essential oils will work. Also just eat something warm, that will ground you. Or take a bath. A little treat in the middle of the day. So thank you all for sharing this time with me. I wanted to let you know that I am starting my Sacred Mindset 21-Day Challenge, and I'm so excited. It's starting on October 5th. It's 21 days of practices to keep us connected to our soul, to help us manifest our dreams, set our intentions, and create the life that we love. It's just a token donation of $27. It starts October 5th. It's 21 days. If you've already done it, some of you did it in the spring, do it again. Time to reset for the fall. Or maybe you did it, but you missed a few of the lessons or a lot of the lessons. So it's time to sign up again. Share it with your friends. I'll put it underneath in the comment section on Facebook. And most of you are on my mailing list. If you're not, just email me at lhanna@sonicyoga.com, and I'll be happy to add you so you can get notices of what's going on. And we're doing amazing classes at Sonic, so we're still making it happen at the studio, virtually, and in Central Park. There's lots of amazing, exciting things coming up. I'm also doing a free webinar on September 30th, 5 tools to stay in the present moment and relieve your stress and anxiety. So I'm excited for that webinar. And if you can't make it on September 30th at 8 p.m., I'll send you the downloadable recording. So check it out. You can follow me on Instagram at Sonic Lauren, or of course Sonic Yoga and Sacred Fertility Yoga. So have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining. Stay connected to the extraordinary. Love you guys. Namaste. Bye.